What's up, college football fans? Don't forget to check out and order your copy of Stiff Arming Football Myths, our latest football game plan book. So go on our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copy. We have these available in paperback as well as in PDF form. Welcome to another edition of Film Session with the Czar, where we live by the slogan, "The eye in the sky doesn't lie." I'm Emory Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, so let's go inside the film room to see what we have in store for today.
Today we're going to take a look at Florida Gators defensive end Dante Fowler Jr., who has recently declared for the 2015 NFL Draft, and Fowler was a highly touted high school recruit and a highly thought of player coming into this season. He was one of the guys that I had earmarked for a preseason evaluation but didn't get the video out before the season. Well, now that he has declared, let's take a look at what I saw last season from him and point out what he does well and what I will be looking to see from him if he has improved on some things when I dive into his 2014 game tape this winter. The first thing I wanted to see was how disruptive he is as a defensive end outside linebacker and where he best fit at the next level. He stands 6'3" and is 265 pounds and plays the buck position, which is essentially a defensive end outside linebacker hybrid for the Florida Gators, and he's versatile enough to where you can find him lined up with his hand in the dirt or as a stand-up rusher or even down inside as a one-gap penetrator. As you can see here versus Missouri on a little gap exchange, he strikes that outside shoulder of the guard and is able to maintain power despite being knocked off balance and keeps his feet moving to disrupt that throw. And from the end zone cam, you'll see it right here. He's off balance, one leg is on the ground, but still ends up winning in that situation. Hustle will get you wherever you want to be as a football player, and despite some technical flaws, which are coachable, you have to like the end result. And here you can see another example of disruption at the bottom of the screen. His hand is in the dirt with an explosive ball get off, pushes through the right tackle's block, a power rush, and is able to disrupt the pass for an incompletion. And this was an excellent job setting up the right tackle, getting his feet off balance and pushing right through him to get to the quarterback. And finally, we have another example. This time he's coming off the slot against the right tackle. Once again, sets him up with the same move and is able to get past him. A little subtle push-pull rip you're going to see from the end zone cam to disrupt that throw. So in my opinion, you can definitely check off the disruption box for Fowler. He excels in that area. Now we're going to take a look at his technique and how technically sound he is as a defensive player. And once your athleticism fails, technique will carry you a long way, which is why you see some guys are able to play for 10 to 12 to 13 years because they have excellent technique. Two things jump out at you on film about Fowler. Number one, you can tell he was well coached in college. And number two, he takes coaching well and is able to translate what he's learned to the football field. Great example here versus Missouri. His responsibility is quarterback to backside contain, and he maintains the line of scrimmage until the quarterback threat is cleared before pursuing the ball carrier, even taking proper pursuit angles to the ball, which ends up putting him in position to make the tackle. That's an excellent job all around by Fowler. And here's another great example of his read and recognition skills. Playing the option is all about doing your job, and Fowler has the quarterback, but he's patient, and that puts the speed option in a bind. It forces it to slow down, so to speak, and he's able to wait, then attack his responsibility, which is the quarterback, and force a fumble. That's a hell of a job right there by Fowler. And finally, you see him up at the top of the screen on the left side now, doing his job, maintaining the line of scrimmage, pursuing well, and making a tackle on the running back, which could have popped for a big gain if he wasn't where he was supposed to be. Fowler did a great job maintaining the line of scrimmage, again, taking the right pursuit angle to the ball carrier and ended up making the play. Now here's an area of improvement for Fowler. I alluded to it earlier in the video, but he plays way too high, and that minimizes your explosiveness and causes you to lose leverage. And as we all know, leverage is everything to a football player. You see right here lined up inside as a 3-tech, slants inside, comes off the football high, and gets pancaked straight to the ground, creating the space for the big gain straight through the gap that he was responsible for. This can't happen at the next level because those guards and tackles at the NFL or CFL level will eat your chest up if you give it to them. And another byproduct of this is also the fact that you can't get off cut blocks. You see right here, a person playing with good leverage is able to bend and use his hands to shed that block. But if you're playing at your listed height, which is 6'3", this will happen to you each and every time. Fowler also has to do a better job of setting the edge in the running game. You can't allow yourself to get reached and walk back into the secondary. And to be completely honest, you can say this was also a result of playing way too high. Your power and ability to anchor comes from your legs and having a good wide base, none of which were used here, and this was the result. And again, these are not big issues. These are technical flaws that can be improved with coaching and constant repetition, both of which he'll get at the next level. So in conclusion, there's a lot to like about Dante Fowler. I do think he has the talent to play an outside edge rusher in a 3-4 defense, or even stay with his hand in the dirt as a 4-3 defensive end. In my opinion, he compares a lot to Ziggy Ansah that plays for the Detroit Lions. He does give you the disruption that you look for as a power rusher. He's also technically sound, but has to learn to play with better leverage. Otherwise, he would never fulfill his full potential. So when I go back and look at what he did this season in 2014, I'm interested to see if he had improved in that area. But right now, I do see him as a solid second-round prospect.